it's a 3 hour trip, a half an hour trip, heck, even a 10-minute drive down the street, and you get there and you spend the entire day and get skunked, like the disappointment, I mean, it's I like you said, I am sure it's happened to everyone. I know for a fact it's happened to me a couple times this year. And it's one of those for having the shorter hunting season, it's like a kick in the pants because kind of like where I said this weekend, I was like, do I go metal detecting or do I go mudlarking? Well, I go mudlarking and, oh, this is all I found. And in my head, I'm like, well, what if I had gone metal detecting and gone to that field? And it's the always
Right.
what if. And
And and
it's
I know
that
it happens
way.
to all of us.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you do that what if because then you wasted all that time. You got skunked,
Hmm.
and you're like, but this one I was asked to go on, and the other person did, the research. But I mean, it happens to all of us.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's kind of like what Jeff and Bill just said. I'm used to most of the time, and I know you are too. Most of the time, the smaller items, the relics, coins, and all that kind of treasure, we go out on a regular basis, and we search for treasure one object at a time. But when you're looking for the big stuff that can really even change your life, and those treasure hunters that go after those big things. Well, I mean, look at Oak Island, Curse of Oak Island. They were after, been searching for I don't know how long. Look how much money and time they've invested. But I know it happens to all of us. But it's like what Jeff said: patience and persistence. That's the number one key, and that's one thing I've always felt that I had a lot of. Um, is a lot of patience and a lot of that, But you just never know when you're going to find that big one too. So
Hmm.
research can pay off a lot, and especially for those old homesteads and stuff like that on properties. You always find those small ones, but the big ones, you still want to go for those too, or I do.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean, at the same time, you could be out with someone too, and you might not get your coil over it, and they might. Been that way quite a few times as well in the last 12 years. I mean, as excited as I am to see them find it, I'm still like, oh man, if I had been 1 foot to the left.
Oh yeah,
Um,
when you're hunting right beside someone and you found, just a few little odds and ends or maybe nothing yet, and then somebody digs that gold coin right in front of you or that silver coin, and you're like, I was 2 inches away or, a foot away. It happens
if
to us all.
Yep, if you're meant to find it, you're gonna find it. So, I
Right.
don't know. Yeah, so I know that that was a bummer for you, and but absolutely, it's a shared experience.
Right.
Or you go, it's a rite of passage. You know what I mean? You go
Right.
out, there's the hype, there's the excitement, and then there's the drive home after with empty pockets. But hopefully, you got to enjoy your time out there with the people that were there. Um, and I mean, as I put it, I mean, there's some of us, including myself, that pay money to attend hunts that there's no guarantee that I'm
Oh,
going to
that's
find
happened to me
anything.
a million times. Yeah, I go to those hunts, but a lot of times I'm going for different reasons. I go to, especially the season hunts for me, I go to for the people.
Hmm.
But you're not guaranteed anything ever. We got to put in that work, that investigation and all that, um, you know, for sure. But yeah, that
So,
happened
so
last
at least
weekend.
this way you didn't spend, $200 on a ticket for it. So you're all right.
Whenever that was, yeah, yeah, so true, so true.
And
But
yes,
yeah,
Gypsy and I do pay for tickets to go to events on occasion.
yeah. We do. But yeah, and back to, cleaning finds and cleaning supplies and stuff. I'm really anxious to use that ultrasonic machine. I have used them in the past. Long time ago. I used one, of course, to clean jewelry at.
I was going to say at your shop, right?
Well, there, but also when I worked at a jewelry store, right after I first got married, many moons ago, before I even had kids.
Oh, it's only a couple moons.
A couple moons. I don't know about that, but anyway, long time ago, and I worked at a jewelry store, and we would clean people's rings, for free and stuff, or jewelry that would come in. And so that was my only familiarity. I can't even say it. Familiarity. I still can't say it with those. So I'm anxious. I think I'm going to use it to clean some ring finds that I've found, especially some silver rings.
Nice.
That I may give away as Christmas gifts. So that'll be fun. I already know what it'll do for those. Those will be fun. But I'm really anxious to see what it will do with cleaning the other stuff, like some of the stuff that you and I found and Jackie had found when we went to New York, mudlarking. And I don't know if I might test one of our really rough coins from the Netherlands on it, just to see what it does. And, but there's a few of them that have that pretty green patina, and I don't like getting rid of it. But I know sometimes when you clean them with, let's say, the Andre pencils, and, or you toothpick it. Now, it depends on, like the IHPs, when I clean those here with toothpicks, I'm sure it's the same for you. Well, in Texas, sometimes you get a layer of, like, dirt. And then once you clean them, they'll have that beautiful green patina under it. Do you ever do that?
Yes, if it's like damp, wet ground. Absolutely. You let it dry, you get that layer of dirt off, and then it's the green, especially a lot of our Indian head pennies, our 2 cents. They come out really, really green.
Oh, pretty. See, I love that. There's nothing like digging, a large cent or a beautiful IHP and being able to just let it dry and use that toothpick later or an Andre's pencil to clean it with, or those composite pencils. We have those, by the way, at the Digger's Den. They make a great little stocking stuffer if you're looking for a gift.
I was going to say those Andre's pencils, though. I was cleaning what I thought was a mystery Indian head penny. The Flying Eagles, those Andre's pencils do not do well on those for some reason.
Oh, no.
Yep. It was like, well, the mystery's solved, but I also ruined it. Yep.
Yeah. I'll say that I really do prefer to toothpick or just not clean it at all. I know that's just my preference. But for those that want to clean, I will test some of my stuff on that ultrasonic, and once I get my video done, I'll post that. So, and like you were saying, or someone was asking about, cleaning your brass. Yeah, you can use it. You can use those. What were you saying about the brass brushes?
Oh, yeah.
You can get.
Yep. The
Bring
brass,
that magnet with you.
yeah, definitely bring the magnet with you. And honestly, the brass and the copper stuff I get at the dumps. I do I throw it in the tumbler with some brass cleaning media, which you can get like a giant jug of it on Amazon relatively cheap, with some water and some, I think it's called Thumbler is the company, and they have like a fine grit. And I've even used that, and the stuff comes out awesome. Comes out awesome. But that's only
Cool.
if you like your brass and copper to be shiny again. Otherwise, I would not advise.
Heck no. Not me. But yeah, for sure. Um, um, and again, electrolysis. I love using my electrolysis to clean up my iron type stuff. For sure.
hmm Yes, indeed. I can't believe we're like only 2 more Mondays left of December. 2 more Mondays.
Right.
hmm I was trying to think of anything that, I think in the last few years I've collected fines cases. So that way, and
Yeah.
I started pulling them all out of my truck, and I'm like, all right, I have 5 different fines cases. Like, all right, I think I have enough of those, but I definitely need to give them a good clean. Um, and yeah, I don't know where I was going with this.
Sound like
No
me.
idea. Oh, I know what I was going. One of the boxes is, I think, what is it? Eric makes the fines cases, and I can't think of the name of them right now. But he's also has like coin and button holders that you can. It's like a little. Yeah, brain's not functioning. It will hold the coin so that way you have both hands so you can shine the light or do what you need to. And I was looking at those. Those look kind of neat for a stocking stuffer.
Cool.
And yes, all of my cases have stickers on them. All of them.
Yeah.
But it's kind of one of those good things to do. I think my shovel, I know we had talked, my shovel is finally getting a break, so I'm going to be cutting all the padding off and doing that again. I might make a video showing doing that, even though I think it's kind of boring. But if you if you want to watch along with me patting the shovel and taping it up, I'll probably have that out there. And yeah, my truck in general needs to be cleaned, and I don't think that will happen until spring.
Whoops.
And sounds like you
I'm
are
still trying to.
ringing.
I'm still trying to share this link here.
The ultimate finds case. Haha. See what happens when your brain decides to start.
What?
Ultimate finds case. I really like the ultimate finds case. I think they sell them on Amazon, and I think you can go right to his website as well. But for a lot of like the relics and stuff that I find, obviously they're not going to fit in that case. And I don't exactly want to throw them into my pouch, so I have different size cases. I mean, for a while there, I was taking like a Tupperware.
Mm-hmm.
And you know me, when we're in the field, a lot of times I'll put dirt right into the case
Yeah.
with the fines. So for a while there, I think Jon, I think even Laura did too. We'd just take a small Tupperware, fill it with dirt, and then all our fines would go in that we'd put into our pouch. So,
Huh.
so that's a cheap way to, well, not cheap. It's a way to save money, but still hold all your fines. And it works if you find like the Croto bells, because those aren't going to fit in any of the cases. If you're finding, different